everybody, it's Janine over at Slow Happy Vintage, and we're back for another jewelry haul. I had two back-to-back days of really great jewelry sourcing. I said I was going to slow down a little bit, but it's kind of hard not to go looking when you see some amazing ads on Craigslist and other places. So I went over to it was an estate sale. This family did take the jewelry to a jeweler to go through and find all of the gold and, as she says, the good stuff. And I just want to show you what types of things jewelers are missing when they're going through estate jewelry. And a lot of times they are just looking for precious metals and fine gems. So let me flip the camera around and show you some of the things that I found. It was pretty incredible. But before I do that, I actually listed a couple of things, and two of the items sold, and I need to get them packed up today. So I'm going to show those to you right now. The first one is what they call a knife wing bolo tie. This is a Zuni design. It's inlaid turquoise with sterling silver on a leather cord, and this little piece sold within 5 minutes on eBay for $215 plus shipping. And then the other item was this turquoise necklace. This, I don't know, it's definitely Native American. I'm thinking it's probably Navajo, but I do not know the specific tribe. These are little tiny Hishi beads on there. They have a name. I can't think of the name of when they're this tiny, but it's a beautiful, beautiful turquoise necklace. The matrix on this piece is absolutely gorgeous. So anyway, this one sold for $95. This one did not sell on eBay. It sold from a Native American jewelry group. So this one is going to its new home today. I hope she loves it. Hey, let's talk about some jewelry. Now, this was all one haul, and it was a really good day. There were a couple other people looking, and of course I missed out on some things that they got, and they missed out on some things that I got, but I was overjoyed with what I did pick up. Prices were extremely reasonable. Like I said, the lady who was running the sale said she had taken everything to the jeweler, and the jeweler had pulled out all the valuable pieces. She said she found a Weiss brooch, and I was like, oh, good for you. Meanwhile, I started picking up things, and at first when I go to the sales, I always think, well, you know, it's probably a lot of 50s jewelry, which is very common. But then the first thing I spotted was this, and I immediately knew, okay, this is going to be a better sale. So this right here is a glass and enamel necklace from Czechoslovakia. It's all Czech glass, and the enameling is really nice, double-sided enamel there, and it's got these little amethyst glass. It's probably glass. I haven't tested it yet, but it's just a beautiful little piece. I think it's missing two little pearls here, and then the pearl coating on these has basically worn off, so I'm thinking I should probably take the coating off of this piece. I don't think I really want to redo this piece and add new pearls, but you know, we'll see. It's lovely the way it is. So you can tell it's old. Look at the simple little hook clasp on it. It's almost like a hairpin hook with just a little ring. Just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So that was my first taste. And then I spotted the Native American things, and I just immediately scooped those up, not even knowing how much they were. This one is actually not silver. I don't know what kind of alloy metal it is, but that is genuine turquoise, and it is on a leather cord. And then this one over here, this is sterling with coral and turquoise, and it's got really fun silver tips on it. The only sad thing about this is that the cording is broken. So there's an inner string that's holding it together, but the leather cording is broken. So what I might do, since this is not silver, I might take the leather cording off of this and put it on this one instead. This one, it took me a long time to find the sterling mark, but it is right down there. And a lot of times these will be marked with a maker on it. These are all handmade. Well, the clasp isn't, but these parts right here are all hand done. And a lot of times you'll find the maker's marks down underneath. Sometimes they're underneath the clasp and you're never going to find it. The one that I did sell, the knife wing inlay piece, I believe it had a maker's mark on it, but I couldn't read it. The person who bought that also sells Native American jewelry, so I'm hoping that they scored really big and can make some money off of it. Like I said, I do this for fun and to feed my miniature horses, and there's a funny story about that. Somebody had offered me a decent amount for all of the Native American pieces that I found that day, and I almost took them up on it, but Casey over at Olive's Vintage Market, she's just like, "Don't do it." She said one of those pieces is going to be worth more than what the offer was, and I knew the person was going to resell and make money. And my miniature horses do need to eat. So I didn't. And Casey challenged me to put one piece up that night and try to get more than basically what the offer was. And I did. So when in doubt, trust Casey. So the rest of these are just some really fun pieces. We've got very old clip-on earrings from the 50s. Need to clean these up. They had some pads on them that need to be cleaned. When I'm sorting through things like this, I need to separate the ones that need repair and the ones that are ready to go and the ones that I want to keep. Usually in a lot like this, I try to find one or two items that will cover the cost of the entire lot. And I did that, so this lot is already paid for. And then there's always a couple of pieces that I want to keep. The piece that I want to keep in this one is probably going to be this. Now, I don't wear a whole lot of silver, but this piece just, oh, it's just so pretty. When I first saw it, I looked at this and I thought, could be sterling, but it kind of looks modern, the way these are set. But then I looked at the clasp and it's got one of the very old rim thumbnail clasps on it. And I thought, oh, that's an older piece. So my guess is that this is a Art Deco piece, and it was actually quite modern for the Art Deco time period. You don't see these larger crystal stones so much in these pieces. They're usually smaller. These are rock crystal, and rock crystal is just a fancy way of saying they're quartz. It's definitely a step up from any glass piece, and this one is absolutely beautiful. If I had to guess, I would say this was 20s, 30s. Now, I have a lot of viewers who know more about jewelry than I do, so this is a friendly place here, and I am always open to information being shared. So if you see anything in here that I am mislabeling, or, we all make mistakes, so I welcome corrections in the comment section. But I absolutely love that piece. But I'm not going to spend that much more time on it because I'm not willing to part with it yet. If you do see anything in any of these videos that you're interested in, please let me know and I can see if I can get it into your hands. This right here is a yellow Kramer necklace. Absolutely beautiful. It is marked Kramer. I can't figure out, the lady said she found a Weiss piece and was very excited about that and how it was so valuable, but Kramer doesn't sell as much as it used to, or for it as much as it used to, but neither does Weiss, and this is a lovely, lovely piece. It helps that it's yellow too. This one right here is a Bogoff. It is signed Bogoff. It's a beautiful little heart design and kind of choker style. I believe it might be missing a couple of little rhinestones. I will go ahead and take care of that, but it's just a lovely piece. There were a lot of brooches and I kind of spent my limit, so I could have bought more. I probably should have bought more. Probably should have bought more of everything, but I got to leave some stuff for other people too, right? This is missing a couple of stones. It is a swedge construction. Could be Bow Jewels, could be Judy Lee. There were a couple of different makers that used this sort of construction back in the day, but really pretty. The enameling is in excellent condition. This is a collection of little birds, and they could be Coro, they could be Listener, but it's a set of 3 little bird pins. You can wear the little scatter pins, you can wear them together, you can wear them singularly. Awfully cute. Red enamel on the tips of the wings and little green eyes. Very adorable. You can't go to an estate sale with vintage jewelry and not find a bunch of cluster earrings that have these beautiful crystally glass pieces in them. They're all wired construction. This one happens to be Laguna, and these are not marked, but I thought they were kind of interesting with this giant emerald cut stone and some little leaves and a little center stone. I didn't find any Juliana at this sale. That's okay. Can't always find it. These are just some red and pink, kind of almost paisley or teardrop shaped earrings. Also very cute. I found a couple of cameos. This is a shell cameo. I haven't tested the metal on this. It could be gold plated over sterling. I don't know. I might have to test that. This one is kind of a cute carving. I'm not sure what this is. It almost looks like either a bird. I don't know what that is, but she's really pretty. I don't collect cameos though, so this is one that I will probably be selling. And then I found this Florenza set. Florenza cameo earrings and a brooch. I do like it when the earrings have the faces facing different directions. I never like it when they're both facing the same direction. So they just look better, I think, on somebody when they're facing in. And then this one, I'm sorry, Florenza, but this is a hand carved shell. And I don't mean to be judgy, but there is so much prettier cameos out there than this gal. She's very matronly. She's got kind of a funky looking profile, but she's Florenza, and the matching earrings are nice. Now the earrings are not marked, but this piece is marked Florenza right there, and they are obviously a set. This little piece is marked, I can't remember if this is the one that's marked Czechoslovenia. There's so many different markings from Czech. There's Czech, there's Czechoslovenia, Czechoslovakia, Slovakia, and I'm not exactly sure the different time periods associated with the different names. That's one thing I want to start researching a little bit more on. This one's missing one little green stone, and I will go ahead and repair that. This one, I think this is the Czechoslovenia one. This is an old piece. It's got one of those funny clasps that you actually have to roll it forward to open it instead of rolling it back. It's just a little different. And the enameling is a little bit worn, but I gave it some grace because it is so old. Then we have, I want to say this is probably my fourth one of these little lockets. This is a Coro locket. It's marked Coro right on the bow right there. And this one actually has photos in it. So I don't know who these people are, but I'm going to leave the photos in there when I sell it. Like I said, I have a couple of these, so I don't need to hang on to another one. These are just some really pretty, I don't know if it's a hot pink, almost verging on red with AB coating. And they are not marked. They're kind of listener quality. I have another Swedge construction, really pretty pastel rhinestones. They also have, like the end of these rhinestones have little fleur-de-lis, which is an element that I have not seen very often. I just noticed that. This little book chain necklace is really cute. It is not marked. It's older. And if I knew, sometimes the dangles will tell you who made it, but if anybody knows if that dangle is particular to any company, sometimes they're kind of generic dangles too. But this one's really cute. I like this piece. I'm not going to keep it, but I do like it. This is kind of fun. So she had a couple of these. I only bought one of them, but this is a, what do you call it, convertible ring. Basically, it is little clear rhinestones on this side, and then you can fold it over, and then it's got looks like a garnet or faux garnet, probably glass. I should probably test these. She said she did have the jeweler test them, and there's obviously no fine jewelry here. This is gold plated, and I believe it's from the Lind company. It does have markings on it right in there. Ooh, don't snag the bag. What's going on here? I thought I got to free the beaded bag. Don't you dare break. This is why I don't do lives. Because you never know what's going to happen. Yay. It did pull it out a little bit. I might have to fix that. Anyway, I saw this. This is a Regal. La Regal. Little evening bag. Beautifully beaded. The intricate work on these is just so pretty. Probably 1930s, 40s, somewhere around there. I do have quite a little purse collection that is growing. I might have to thin it out soon too. This is a little Bulova watch. It is gold plated. It is not running, unfortunately. I already have this listed, not for much. I've seen a lot of people, not a lot of people, but I have seen people take these and rework them and put like an old-fashioned photo where the face is, and then they adorn the sides with like little pearls. I'll throw a picture up of some of those designs. And I've thought about doing that with some of these too. But it's a cute little watch, so I will see if somebody else wants to give it a home before I do anything. This is a nice little Chinese export charm bracelet. It's all woven wire. This thing has so much detail. I mean, look at this abacus. The abacus, all these little thing beads on the abacus actually work. You could literally actually use this as an abacus if you wanted. And it's got all kinds of little wire charms on it. These are probably from, I'm guessing, the 30s or 40s. And they sell, I haven't seen very many of them, but I'm hoping to get maybe $40 to $70 for this piece. I don't know. Normally, they're only 90% silver, so they're not sterling or anything, but in fact, some of the charms are marked with a 90 on them. This, I don't know what to think about. I just picked it up because it's unusual. It's got a hook clasp. It's Deco age, but I've never seen these. Usually they'll have like initials in them or monograms or something. I've never seen a lady's face in that. So I thought that was unusual. It does need a couple of stones. I may or may not replace those stones. I mean, she's aged, and sometimes I like them to remain looking aged. Now this says made in USA on it. This is an Avon piece, but it had a nice design to it, so I picked that one up too. I have found a lot of West German, Korea, Japan, kind of nondescript beaded necklaces. When they're glass, I have a tendency to pick them up more often than if they were plastic. I don't really like the center chain on this because it's lightweight metal and I don't like these little tiny seed beads. This one does need a little bit of repair that I will be working on, but it had an interesting clasp and I like the molded glass on it. So I think this was like a dollar, maybe $2. So put that to repair. Another gold plated ring. This one is glass. And it's just the band is gold plated. I don't know what size it is, but it's a cute ring. It's probably like a, I don't know, 6 maybe, 7. I'd have to, oh no, I can't get it off. Oh, help. Okay, got it off. We've got a dress clip, older dress clip. It's got marcasites. I don't see any markings on it. I don't think that's silver, but I should probably test that one too. A mid-century locket. I do not know who this belongs. This is more modern as far as the things that I'm looking at. It's not marked, but it had an interesting design and it was very inexpensive. So I brought that one home. I don't believe are marked, and they have just cute little branch with leaves and a little AB coated rhinestone on there. And a cameo necklace. This one's very petite. It kind of looks like it could be gold plated, but I'm not sure. I don't think this is the original chain that went on it, but these little tiny itty bitty seed pearls kind of make me think it's older than I think it is. She's not very attractive either. It's almost like she's elongated. She'd be to fit in the design. This little necklace was intact when I bought it. Somewhere there's a rolling, oh, here's the bead. This is also rock crystal, and it's a lovely little necklace, and it broke when I got it home. And this is everything is knotted in between the beads. So rather than re-string the whole thing, I'm going to learn how to repair it without restringing the whole thing. So there's a way to do that. I'm going to learn how, and I'm going to do it. Hopefully I will remember to film it. And these guys, these are sterling. I'm thinking these are probably quartz as well, but they might be glass. So I'm going to test those. Now, when I test things, I test them on the camera just for educational purposes. I'm not selling things as if I'm a jeweler or anything, because I'm not. I'm just a collector. So if I say something is, I'll say it's registering on the Presidium as not glass, but I can't tell just from the Presidium exactly what it is. These were just super cute. More molded glass, AB, kind of interesting stylized knots. I don't believe they're marked. Nope. These little dangle bezel set glass. It's like a faux turquoise. I just thought they were cute. Then this was another really good find. This is an amber necklace. I'm going to flash up on the screen what amber looks like under a black light. There are some other things that will show up under a black light, but amber always has, I call it like, it's this like dead green color. It's kind of eerie. And if you look at the variation in color of these beads, and if you get close, yeah, it's definitely amber. Let's test some of these things. These little earrings are not glass. So they actually went a little bit past the quartz, but I will give them a benefit of the doubt that they are quartz or rock crystal. And then we're going to test this stone, which is probably glass. Well, what do you know? It's not. So this is actually a garnet, and it looks like the little side stones are glass. It's really hard to get in there for those stones. I have to be really careful with the Presidium because these pens are $75 and they break quite easily. And I don't know if you knew this, but if at all possible, you never want to hold a stone when you're testing it. It's best to put it down on a surface and maybe just steady it, because the Presidium is a thermal conductor. I don't exactly know how it works, but it has to do with heat. And so if you're holding the stone, you can artificially warm the stone and it will skew your reading. And the same thing goes for if you have a stone and you keep repeatedly testing it. Sometimes you're going to get weird readings because as you're testing it, you're heating the stone up. So you don't want to do that either. I'll show you this necklace too. See how it goes way up there. It's almost to the spinel section, but I don't know that they made those necklaces in spinel. Okay, it's reading diamond well, so we're good. A lot of people like it when I test things. Remember, this is only for my own information and just for educational purposes. So if this is sterling, it's going to register with 18 karat gold testing. Why do you use gold testing solution to test silver? I don't know, but it works. It basically will turn the mark that you do on the stone a blue color if it's sterling. Now this is marked sterling, so I'm assuming that it will be fine. And I don't know about this, so we're going to test this. I just want to find an inconspicuous spot to mark it. And then I also like to look at that. I don't think that is, but we'll test it anyway. And then we'll test one of these. Now, the interesting thing about something like this, when something's really tarnished, until you can scrape it onto the stone and it might test negative because all you're doing is getting like the tarnished, the oxidized stuff on your stone. Don't look promising. This one obviously does look promising. So put a little bit of acid on there and let it do its thing. Sometimes it takes a little while, but as you can see, this one is disappeared. So we know this isn't sterling, but we already knew that this wasn't sterling. If it's any sort of silver, it's below the 925. And this one is kind of turning blue. I'm going to test this one again because it does say sterling on this little thing. It may just be that. Let's try you again. Okay, now we're getting the blue coming. So I tested both this part and this part, and it looks like this part is the only part that is sterling, which is very interesting. So that was the estate sale that I went to. I was quite pleased with what I found, and the only thing I think I'm keeping for now might be this piece and this one. So in the comments, let me know what you thought. Let me know what your favorite piece was. And if you come across, do you ever come across really cool estate sales? I haven't been to one like this in quite a while, which it was kind of refreshing. And then the very next day, I went to the swap meet and I found another whole wonderful group of jewelry. So I'm hoping to get a couple more videos out of haul videos and, let me know what you want to talk about. I'm game. We're a friendly group here and no drama. I know there's a lot of drama going on in a lot of different jewelry influencers, I guess you'd call them. I don't consider myself an influencer. I just like to share what I find and have a good discussion about jewelry. I love to talk jewelry. So feel free to drop me a email if you want to chat jewelry. And other than that, I hope you're having a great day and we will see you in the next video.